Assalamu alaikum friends. I hope so that you all will be fine. Friends, in this video, I'm going to discuss about galactosemia. Galactosemia is also a genetic disorder. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to discuss about the galactose metabolism. Okay. This galactose, by action of galactokinase enzyme, it converts into galactose 1 phosphate by action of galactokinase enzyme. There is utilization of ATP into ADP, and this ATP converts into ADP and inorganic phosphate. This galactose 1 phosphate, it converts into UDP galactose with the help of galactose 1 phosphate uridyl transferase enzyme. This UDP galactose, with the help of epimerase enzyme, it converts into UDP glucose, uridyl diphosphate glucose, with the help of epimerase enzyme. Okay. So this is the metabolism of galactose. This galactose, by action of galactokinase enzyme, converts into galactose 1 phosphate. With the help of galactose 1 phosphate uridyl transferase enzyme, it converts into UDP galactose, and with the help of epimerase, it converts into UDP glucose. And friends, must remember that galactose, it is the epimer of glucose. Okay, it is a hexokinase, but it is the epimer of the glucose. Okay. Now in galactosemia, there is a deficiency of this enzyme, that is galactose 1 phosphate uridyl transferase. There is deficiency of this enzyme and leads to disorder, that is galactosemia. Okay, this galactose 1 phosphate, it gets accumulate in brain and it causes the mental retardation. Okay, this galactose 1 phosphate in liver, it causes hepatomegaly. Hepatomegaly means enlargement of liver. Okay, this galactose 1 phosphate, it also inhibits the glycogen phosphorylase enzyme, an important enzyme of glycogenolysis, and it causes hypoglycemia, mean decrease in concentration of glucose in blood. Okay, this galactose 1 phosphate, okay, in brain, in liver, and inhibits the glycogen phosphorylase enzyme. Friends, in galactosemia, there is also congenital cataract, because this galactose, it converts into dulcitol. It is a dulcitol, which is also known as galactitol. This dulcitol, it is responsible for the congenital cataract. Cataract, congenital means पैदाइशी, cataract means loss of vision. So these are the clinical features. These are the clinical features of galactosemia, mean congenital cataract, which is due to dulcitol, because galactose converts into the dulcitol. This galactose 1 phosphate, it gets accumulated in brain and causes mental retardation. This galactose 1 phosphate in liver, it causes hepatomegaly, and also it is also responsible for the decreased uptake of bilirubin by liver cell. Decrease uptake of bilirubin and decrease in conjugation of bilirubin and increase in conjugation of indirect bilirubin. And this sclera, contains this is the white outer coating of eye. This is a sclera. Basically there are some elastic tissues that has high affinity toward the indirect bilirubin, and it causes in eye, it causes the jaundice, yellowish of eye. It is due to this indirect bilirubin, because this indirect bilirubin, it has high affinity toward the sclera and very important tissue, that is elastic tissue. They have high affinity toward the indirect bilirubin. So these are clinical features: congenital cataract, mental retardation, hepatomegaly, hypoglycemia, and jaundice. Because there's a decreased uptake of bilirubin by liver cell, and leads to the decrease in conjugation of bilirubin, and leads to the increase in conjugation of indirect bilirubin, and indirect bilirubin have high affinity toward the elastic tissues of sclera and cause a jaundice, mean yellowish of eye. Okay, now coming toward the lab diagnosis. Music test, it is done to detect galactose in urine, and treatment is give lactose free diet, lactose free diet. So dear friends, it is all about the galactosemia. There is a metabolism of galactose, deficiency of this enzyme. It causes the accumulation of galactose 1 phosphate in brain. It causes mental retardation, and galactose 1 phosphate in liver, it causes hepatomegaly, mean enlargement of liver, and it inhibits glycogen phosphorylase enzyme and causes hypoglycemia. And this is responsible for the decreased uptake of bilirubin by liver cell and decreased conjugation of bilirubin by liver cell, and it leads to increased conjugation of indirect bilirubin. And indirect bilirubin have high affinity toward the elastic tissue of sclera. This is the sclera is the outer coating, white outer coating of eye. This is sclera, and it causes jaundice, yellowish of eye, and it also causes the congenital cataract, which is because of dulcitol, and dulcitol formation takes place because lactose converts into the dulcitol or galactitol. And laboratory diagnosis of music test, it is done to detect galactose in urine, and treatment is give lactose free diet. So friends, it is all about galactosemia. Keep watching and thank you.